What's up guys, and welcome to the channel. Shane here, and today I am going to announce quite a lot of things. There's 4 days until F1 2015 comes out, and I've got 4 videos to put out. So every day this week there will be an F1 video, so do stay tuned. Subscribe if you want to see the whole series finish. It's only a mini series, 7 races, so do subscribe, and there will be videos every day this week so I can get them all out before F1 2015. Anyway, moving on, this is one of my favourite tracks ever. I love this track. I used to play this all the time in Race Driver Grid, if anyone remembers that amazing game. It was the first grid series, first grid game which came out, and I loved it, and I used to race this track all the time. We're starting off in 14th place in the McLaren Honda. Teammate Jensen Button, who started off in 18th, I do believe. I don't think we're going to win the Constructors' Championship, but the Drivers' Championship is possible as we're only 2 points behind Lewis Hamilton. Anyway, the lights are out. We're going. We got quite a decent start compared to the Force India on the right hand side. We've got Toro Rosso. That's a Red Bull on the right hand side, actually. We'll take it around the outside. It looks like Alonso. Alonso's lost his front wing already. He got up in the 10th place, which is a good start. I'm not sure where he started, but yes, looking on the left hand side, he has lost his front wing, so he's going to have to pit. He's going to have to do a whole lap, and this is a long circuit. Lean off the accelerator going through a rouge. Picking back up the speed. I didn't want to collect the back of Kvyat. Can we get anything done going down the straight? We have good straight line speed. We set the car up perfectly. But I've take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, I do believe. Braking on the inside, hitting the apex is lovely. Going a little bit over the racing line there, but nothing too much to worry about. Have to brake a little bit here because the Verstappen's going very slow. We've got the proximity arrow behind us. Can we chuck up the inside here? Yes, we do. We go in front of Verstappen, and can we take Sebastian Vettel as well in the Ferrari? Yes, we have. We managed to take P5 off Sebastian Vettel, and now we are behind the Kimi, the Iceman himself, in the sister Ferrari. And we've gone from P14 all the way down to P5, so we've gone up 9 places on this lap so far, taking 5 of those on the back straight, which is really good actually, on the back straight, on the start straight, which is really good. Anyway, we just want to follow this round for the lap. You can see the proximity arrow behind us. The car isn't too well in the corners at the moment. There's still a lot of development to do. Blocking up the front right ever so slightly, running wide, just about avoiding the gravel. Putting up the rich mix to try and get a little bit more closer to Kimi on this back straight. Like I said, the car's performing well on the straights. We've got a low downforce setup, so we can really get the high speeds in this McLaren Honda, but the corners aren't so well as you've got a low downforce setup. It'll be flying about quite a bit. I didn't know if you saw at the beginning of the race, there was a chance of rain. I'm not sure how much, I can't remember now, but we're going to try and avoid it. Lock up the front right again. Hitting the apexes quite well actually, and getting the accelerator, getting bogged down a little bit going through that corner. And that was lap 1. Light rain, 10 minutes time according to my engineer. Can we get anything done? We've caught Kimi up quite a bit. We're now within a second, but we don't get any DRS. But he's got quite good traction out of that corner. But we have got really good straight line speed. Put it up in the rich mix to see if we can get anything done going down the back of this. Well, this really long straight. Crossing the corner ever so slightly with an overtaking on the left-hand side. We didn't get a penalty. We're going to stick with that. He's backed off a little bit, and we've got the job done. It looks like Sebastian Vettel is also going to have a quick look. But now we're on lap 3, and we're behind Nico Rosberg in the Mercedes. We're quite far back. Loving this corner here on a high fuel load. It's quite difficult to take to make sure you don't oversteer and go straight into the straight on. Basically, you don't go wide. You don't want to do that, otherwise you lose time. Messing up these corners ever so slightly. As you can see, Rosberg is just, oh god, hitting the gravel. Rosberg is just up the road, and we've got Kimi behind us now because of our poor exits. Hitting the gravel again. You can see the proximity arrow. It's like Kimi's going to come up the inside. He does do, as we're a second and a half down this lap because of those 2 instances. Again, the heavy fuel load in this car just isn't great round corners, and the lack of downforce. We're going to try to stick up the inside, bashing tyres. We're going to squeeze him on the inside. Yes, we get it done, and it looks like he's backed off, and so has the Williams behind him. Done a great job so far, despite Will banging a couple of times and cutting a corner. But anyway, that was the end of lap 3. We're going to jump now later on in the Grand Prix onto lap 5. That wasn't quite later on, but not as far. And as you can see on the screen, it's beginning to rain ever so slightly, and the tyres are going a little bit less green and more towards the blue side. We're going to brake here, and we've got Massa behind us, sliding all over the place. We're going to stick it out and try and avoid pitting for the prime tyres and go straight onto the intermediates if we can. As you can see, a couple of cars have come in. We've decided not to pit. We're going to stick it out for a couple of laps and wait for the intermediates and see how long we can push these option tyres. Well, he can run full revs if he wishes to, but I'm not going to. Anyway, lap 6 now. As you see, the tyres are pretty much the same as last time, and the rain hasn't come down too much. But are we going to lose any traction going to this corner? Having to brake a little bit early. Sliding about quite a bit, and as you can see, more cars dive into the pits, and I think we're going to take the race lead here. Hamilton stayed up behind us. I thought he already pitted, maybe not. But he's our, as you can see, he's got a blue tag against his name because he's our main competitor. Okay, having to brake nice and early there, and avoiding spinning the wheels. As you can hear the wheels and the engines revving, and we've jumped. we haven't jumped Nico Rosberg in the pits. Obviously, we've just gone past him because we haven't pitted yet, which is probably why we're in front of Hamilton. But can we defend from the two Mercedes going up this hill? I don't think so. Oh God, we've hit Lewis Hamilton. Lewis is on our right hand side. Nico is right behind us. We're going to go 3 abreast into this very fast right left hander. Who's going to brake latest? I do, obviously. So despite no traction, we can still hold off the Mercedes, and the weather hasn't had a great impact so far. Pushing it into standard. Taking a really wide line here. Not the best line, to be honest. Engine is telling me again, I think it's telling me about the weather, that we should switch to intermediates. Again, not being able to push as hard as we can because of the traction on the ground. And Rosberg, no, that's Hamilton behind us. Hamilton's still behind us. You can see the proximity arrow. We lose the apex. We take a really wide corner into that. Can we defend from Rosberg as well? Just about to defend Rosberg. Yep, we stick to the racing line and manage to defend him. Not easily though. We're getting a lot of wheel spin going into these corners. Anyway, putting the fuel into lean now because obviously I've been suffering with the wheel spin quite a lot. There's Hamilton in front of us in P1. Surely everyone's got to pit for intermediates now. I've got to pit. My tyres are completely shot. I don't have any traction whatsoever. Braking nice and early. Missing the apex, and we cut across, and yes, we do dive into bits, but no one else does, making sure we don't hit the wall. We don't need a front wing change as well. But what can we do now? Everyone else has gone straight on. The rain is coming down. Have I just called this perfectly at this time? You can see the spray on the tyres as well. We're going to come into the pits. Intermediates are on. 3.7 seconds. No one else has come into the pits at all. We're going to have to judge our speed compared to the AI on the straight. If I didn't cut that in time. It's a really long pit straight. Being careful on the exit to make sure we don't knock off our front wing. Not as much wheel spin as I expected. But we're in P7. Let's see what happens when we go a little bit later on in the race. Whoa, almost hit the back of Massa there. We did hit the back of Massa there. He's obviously going very slow. But end of lap 8, and look at the traction we've got compared to Massa. We've flown by him. But Lewis Hamilton is still 5 places ahead of us. I've got a long way to go. We're on lap 9 out of 11. So we've got 3 laps to go, including the out lap. And what can we get done? Let's have a look at the mini-map now. No, we don't have a look at the mini-map. We're right behind Vettel. And we're going to outbrake him. We just got so much better traction. You can hear his engine struggling. We're having to kneel off the accelerator so much. Try and get past him. Can we get him in this corner? We're going to get him before the corner. Outbrake him. Take the race line. And look at that traction. Just look at that traction compared to everyone else. Kimi Raikkonen is right in front of us now. As you can see, the rain is definitely coming down now. Look how much we've gained on Kimi going into this corner. Cutting the corner. He's got no traction. We're right behind him. We're going to go straight past, even in our underpowered McLaren Honda. And that's that job done. We've got 1 lap. We've got 2 laps to go. Hitting the apex there. Having to brake a little bit suddenly. I almost locked up. But yeah, we've got 2 laps to go. And there is Bottas in P3. As you see, taking these corners ridiculously slow. Look at the speed I've got. Can we take him on this long straight? No, because we've taken him beforehand. Look at the distance on the mini-map we've already created between myself and Bottas. That is just extraordinary. And now we are on lap 10, going on to lap 11, and we are right behind Kimi Raikkonen. You can see him on the map ahead of us. Done a break. Oh no, we're right, no, not right behind Kimi Raikkonen. We're right behind Rosberg. So that's Rosberg ahead of us on the last lap. Can we get him going down this long straight? If not, we'll be able to get him on the straight afterwards. Taking these corners pretty damn perfectly, if I don't say so myself. Abusing the curbs quite a lot. Can we jump him going along here? Look at the overspeed we've got. We're going to go right around the right hand side. The OP of the McLaren Honda is kicking in. Going to brake nice and early, stick to the racing line, and that is job done. Lewis Hamilton just up the road. I honestly thought that this was going to be quite competitive. Clearly not, because Lewis Hamilton is just there. We should be able to get him in the next couple of corners. Nope, he's taking this. I've taken this corner horribly myself, but Lewis is just there. losing the rear end a little bit going through there. These slow corners aren't doing my car any favours. But it's right there. We're surely going to get him in a couple of corners time. And here we are a couple of corners later. Or in sector 3, taking the apexes. I really messed up the apexes there. I was getting too excited that I was going to win my second race in a row. Can we get him into this corner? He's broke so soon. We always went into the back of him. Can we get him down on this long straight? We're just going to take up the inside now. That's it. We've taken him up the inside. Keep an eye on the mini-map, everyone, and see the distance. Look at the distance we're drawing out of Lewis Hamilton. Us on the intermediates, him on the primes. Look at that. Look at the speed we've got over him. In a McLaren Honda. On Legendary in the McLaren Honda. This is fantastic. The strategy has worked wonders. The Mercedes garage has done us proud, although I would like to take credit for that call myself. And we're going to come across the line in an amazing, from 14th place to 1st place. That was just a superb race. I loved racing that. Thank you very much, engineer. The rain chucked so much into it. I pitted at the right time. Everyone else decided to go into primes and ignore the intermediates. 2 in a row. We're now leading the Drivers' Championship, but I love that race. I love the variety. I wish there would be more rain in more races. That was just good fun. Where did Fernando Alonso come? He came in 15th place, so no points for him. He's only got 5 points this season, which is currently how many points McLaren Honda have in real life in the Constructors' Championship. But regardless, we've got another first. Guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Remember, stay tuned for another video tomorrow for more F1 2015 Modded Career Mode. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.